Hello everybody and welcome. Having managed to work our way to the top of the table in the last episode, the big question is, have we managed to stay there? Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode number 61 of To Be a Legend, FM 26 style. We started the series managing Radcliffe, and then having got them promoted to the Football League, we were poached by Bolton Wanderers to save them from relegation in League One, and then we got promoted to the Championship. This is our story. My name's Mark, and on today's episode, we were supposed to have two games, one away, one at home, but there is an international break coming up, and one of the games has been postponed, which means that we have two games on the south coast. Portsmouth the first one, Southampton being the second one, separated by the international break. So it's Championships match day 17 and 18 on today's episode. And since you were last with us, we have played two games. I think we did sort of allude to the maybe that we would do. We finished the last episode by beating West Ham 3-0 and Stoke City 4-3 in a thriller at the end of October. A Halloween thriller. And then we've moved into November and we've beaten Plymouth Argyle by 3-1. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. What's going on? No, I don't want to do that. What's going on here? That's better. A 3-1 win in that one. Mather opened the scoring on 43 minutes just before half-time, winning at half-time 1-0 up. Krupe got a second on 61, made it look as if it was going to be a comfortable result. But Arena getting an equaliser, getting one back for them on 75 minutes. But it was Sam Mather getting his second of the game on 78 that gave us a two-goal cushion again. And a 3-1 win. Well done to Sam Mather. And then in our last game, it was a very tight affair against Charlton, who were one of the early front runners in the Championship this season. And we beat them by a goal to nil. Bogard with a shot from the edge of the area. Mather, the supplier in this one, 57% of the possession, 13 shots, 4 on target, 0.78. As I said, it was a very cagey affair. Not a lot in it. We had a lot of shots, not a lot on target, but we did manage to put one of them away. And Lemare Bogard looks to have been a good signing, and he gave us that win against Charlton. Just want to go back and look at the stats. Didn't do the stats, did we? The stats against Plymouth are 54%, 21 shots, 8 on target. Still not hitting that 50%, which I like. 2.70 on the old XG. They had 9 shots, 4 on target, and were good for their goal. So that brings us to today's episode. As I said, two games on the South Coast. They are separated by 2 weeks, though. As you'll see, 11th of November and the 25th of November, separated by an international break, which we will have to put up with. Portsmouth first up, and then we come home and then go back down for the game against Southampton. But before we do that, let's have a quick look at the table just to confirm how those results have left us. Southampton only managing a draw in their last game, a 2-2 draw, which means that they've lost a little bit more ground on us. We are top, 3 points clear of Southampton in second, and we've got Southampton as our second game of the episode, a 6-pointer, if ever. 4 points clear of Sheffield United, who we would have been playing. They're coming up in the next episode. They are in third. Middlesbrough down in fourth on 31. Then Stoke fifth on 30. Oxford United taking up the last playoff place on 29 points. And just outside of the playoff places, West Ham and Derby County, both on 27 points. We are we are 11 points clear of those two, which is quite a huge gap at this stage of the season, if I say so myself. Down the other end of the table, Coventry, Portsmouth and Plymouth are the three clubs in the drop zone. Coventry just 2 points adrift, Portsmouth 4 points adrift, and Plymouth 5 points adrift of West Brom sitting on the trapdoor. Right, that's brought you pretty much up to date. I don't think there's anything else to tell you. So we will go and have a look at the teams for the game against Portsmouth. And here is the team that faces Portsmouth down on the south coast at Fratton Park for this match day 17 in the Championships. It's Vitek in goal. Egan Riley and Lockyer are a defensive duo. Scanlon and Dacre Cogley are the wing-back players. Ehon and Bogard in defensive midfield roles. We have a little bit of a switch around from the side that played in the last game. I think we played a lot of games all in very close proximity. So we've had a little bit of a switch round. Our three attackers have changed. Gale comes in on the left side for Cisse. Doyle comes in the number 10 role for Mather. Albeit Mather has been on a rich vein of form, but we'll give him a little bit of a rest today. Williams comes in for a Bragamoff on the right side and needs to really pick himself up today because he's not in the best of form. I think his average rating his average rating 7.07, so he's been doing quite well from the bench. Now his opportunity to actually do it from the start. Krupe continues to lead the attack up front. The bench then looks like this. It's Booth, Friel, Forrester, Lewis, Morley, Conway, Mather, Ibragimov and Cisse. Just to mention, Stevenson is about a week away from returning to the side. And here we are at Fratton Park for this game in the Championship. And they're playing a 4-4-2 today, making two changes from the side that beat Barnsley last time out. 2-0 at home. They're currently 23rd on 10 points. As the teams come out onto the pitch. Portsmouth playing in dark blue tops, white shorts and red socks. We're playing in our home kit today. And they get the game underway. Looks like the highlight's going to continue, which is a bit of a one. That one crossed in, headed away. And a penalty. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but there's a penalty inside the first minute. Bishop faces Vitek, and Vitek goes the wrong way. Colby Bishop gives Portsmouth a lead on 1 minute. Always like to see, and it doesn't do it. You'd like to see the penalty incident if possible. We're going to see the kickoff again, I think. May have gone back too far. And we've got it in slow motion. I'm not sure why we've got it in slow motion. But we can pause it just to see what happened here because it wasn't clear. A mass went down this wing. Goes around Williams. I would have expected Cogley to come out to him. And Cogley stayed well inside. It's crossed in as this ball comes down. That looks like it's headed away. There's a player being brought down here by Egan Riley, and I think that's what the problem is. And that was what it was. Didn't see it at the time. And the ball crossed in. And Lockyer tidies up. Lockyer has picked up a yellow card. Erhon, Gale, Bogard, Doyle, Williams, Krupe goes out wide to Dacre Cogley. Dacre Cogley in! And the shot coming in there from Krupe, I think it was. But not getting it on target. In fact, yes. Free kick for Portsmouth. But Knight. Dozal crosses this in, and Vitek had to see that over the top. As we enter the last 5 minutes of this first half, 3 minutes added on, and it looks like we're going to go in a goal down. That goal after just 1 minute from the penalty spot. Doyle's brought down, nothing given. Mark Sykes. Bishop. And are they going to score either end of this? No. Vitek comes out and collects. We're in this final minute, and Vitek needs to launch it. And it's half time. And we do go in a goal down. 67% of the possession, 7 shots, 3 on target. They've had 4 shots, 1 on target. But their XG's a lot better than ours. But we haven't performed, and we need to be better in the second half. And it's Krupe getting the second half underway. No changes made at half time. Doyle to Gale. Erchon. Scanlon. Looks like the highlight's going to continue, except we've given up the ball. And that ball to Olaf. And he's come off the crossbar. We could have been 2 down, and they could have scored in the first minute of both halves. Scanlon. Doyle. Out wide to Gale. Gale goes around his man, puts it into space for Doyle, but it's a poor ball, to be fair. And the highlight looks like it's going to continue. Schmidt in the Portsmouth goal launches one. They're fighting for their life, of course, and their manager's job is on the line. If they lose today, at the moment, they don't look like they're going to lose. He's round his man, and the Lockyer clears that ball upfield. And they look like the most likely to win at the moment. We're going to have to make some changes, I think, fairly early on. But Krupe is away now. Krupe puts it to Williams. Williams! It's missed the target. Ball back to Vitek. Vitek fires this one long. Bogard. Oh, a poor ball by Bogard. And now Bogard's at it. He's won that ball back, though. Doyle. Williams. Cogley, Bogard, Doyle, Gale out to Scanlon. Scanlon crosses this in. Camry Doyle, his second goal of the season, gets us level on 56 minutes. And we've got a problem with this because we've gone into the highlight mode again. The pause button isn't working, so we can't pause it to do our changes. So I think we're going to do our changes while the highlight's still running. Mark Sykes through to Bishop. Bishop out wide. Egan Riley tidying up nicely, but that's not cleared. And we still haven't cleared it properly. Knight to pull. That one over the top. Oof. And a miss. Changes made. Doyle swung in. Abragamov, who's come on. And Scanlon upended. Nothing given. Scanlon has also picked up a yellow card. I think that's 3 yellow cards that we've picked up. Schmid launches a long one. And we weren't under that one. And they've scored. Olaf, the scorer. It's a long ball punted forward. Olaf wins it initially. And then in defence, they put it through and he split the defence. And a shot from well outside the area beats Vitek. Poole with the throw in. Looks like he's a long throw expert. He is. Headed away by Lewis, who's come on. Vitek will collect. And we've lost our way in the last few games, to say the least. Earhon. Mather. He loses that ball, but it's won back by Doyle. Ibrahimov loses it now. Doyle, they are pressing very hard. Lockyer with a free kick. Egan Riley. Erhon. Egan Riley to Lewis. Lewis finds Doyle. Mather. Mather puts it into space for Cisse, who's come on for Krupe. Mather tried to curl one in the top corner, but it's over the top. As we head down to full time, it looks like we're going to a defeat against a side near the bottom. 6 minutes added on, and it's not looking promising. We can't find a way through. It is going to be a 2-1 loss. It is. And that's not what the doctor ordered. Bishop set the scene, really, after 1 minute from the penalty spot. We thought we might be back in it when Doyle equalised on 56 minutes. But Olaf had other ideas. He scored the winner on 75 minutes in a period where we were dominating the game. We had 16 shots, 7 on target, nearly 50%, 1.39 on the XG. They had 13 shots, 6 on target, 1.66. It's been a poor day at the office, and I think we've slipped off the top spot. Well, a woeful result, if I say so myself. And it does mean that we drop down into second place. That 3-point gap has gone, and they're just ahead of us on goal difference as it stands. Birmingham drawing 1-1 with Wrexham. Burnley are beating Coventry by 2-1. Charlton back to winning ways 4-1 against Stoke. Huddersfield beating Blackburn by 2-0. Derby and Luton playing out a 1-1 draw. Middlesbrough, who are going very, very well, and they're in 4th place. 5-0 winners over Barnsley. Oxford United also going very well. 2-1 winners over Millwall. Southampton moved back to the top of the table by virtue of their 2-1 win over bottom side Plymouth. They were 2 up in that game, but Arena getting 1 back for Plymouth just to make it a little bit squeaky towards the end there. We try to avoid the next result because it hurts. Queen's Park Rangers 2, West Brom 0, and Wolves a 2-2 draw against Norwich. Sheffield United and West Ham have the late game to play. We'll just have that, and then we can have a look at the table. Well, lucky for us, West Ham and Gerard Bowen particularly beat Sheffield United by 1-0, which means that it stays as it is. Southampton top then on goal difference from ourselves. We are both 4 points clear of Sheffield United and Middlesbrough, who are on 34 points respectively. Oxford United, they are 5th on 32. Stoke are 6th on 30 points. Separated by goals scored from West Ham, who are in 7th place. And then come Charlton and Burnley, both on 29. So we are still 9 points clear of those guys. But obviously that has closed down a little bit as it stands. Portsmouth, Coventry and Plymouth still in the bottom 3. Portsmouth moving up to within 1 point of West Brom by virtue of that win against us. Right, it is 14 days because there is an international break down to the game against Southampton. We will come back on match day with any news. Well, 14 days have passed in game, and we are on match day back on the south coast as we face the team that are just above us on goal difference, Southampton. This is the team that faces Southampton in this EFL Championship match day 18, a 6-pointer at the top of the table. If we win, we've got a 3-point gap on Southampton again. If they win, they've got a 3-point gap on us. So it's all to play for. Vitek is in goal. Egan Riley and Lockyer are defensive duo who haven't been fantastic of late. Let's hope they perform today. The wing backs remain the same. It's Scanlon and Dakri Cogley, although Stevenson returns to the bench today. He can only play for 45 minutes, so he may get an outing at some point just to build his fitness. Erhon and Bogard continue as the defensive midfield duo, albeit we need to keep one eye on Erhon because he's getting ever closer to a ban, a 2-match ban, because he's already gone past 5 for the season. Ibrahimov comes in on the left-hand side. That's because Cisse is leading the attack today as we bench a Krupe, who's been off a little bit. He's not been scoring over the last few games. Williams makes a start out on the right. Mather is back in as the number 10. Doyle drops back to the bench, and Cisse leads the attack, as I've already mentioned. The bench then looks like this. It's Booth, Stevenson with a round of applause because he's back on the bench. Forrester, Lewis, Morley, Conway, Doyle, Gale and Krupe. And so it's to the St Mary's Stadium for this one. They are playing a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder. And we're playing our usual formation, playing in our third kit tonight. Southampton are playing a 4-3-3 today, making one change from the side that beat Plymouth 2-1 in their last outing. They're currently top, of course, on 38 points, separating from us on goal difference. They get the game underway as we desperately try and get back to winning ways against an informed side. Southampton having the most of the first 5 minutes or so. The opening skirmishes on this one. Robinson. Edwards. And Scanlon trying to cut that out. Couldn't. Beto is in. He scores. And we seem to have lost our way with those balls in, and the player through the middle of the defensive duo. Maybe we need to look at the defensive duo. Maybe we need to shore up the thing, because they're not finding the way through the middle because the defensive midfielders, but they're splitting our defensive duo and putting balls away. We've seen it on the last few games. Williams, Dacre Cogley into space for Williams. Williams cross it into the area, and Cisse, who's leading the attack today, levels it up. 7th goal of the season. And, well, Krupe, you need to take note. 14 minutes in. This was a lovely ball. Williams hits it first time to the byline, and Cisse at the near post, and there's nothing they can do about it. Corner on this near side. Williams, Mather back to Cisse. Cisse has curled it in, and he's got his second goal in the space of 2 minutes. And it's 2-1. We've turned this around on a sixpence. Well worked. One off the training ground. Cisse was lurking, waiting, and they got the referee in the way. And, well, he curled that in off the post, beating Pina in the Southampton goal. 2-1. And they get the game underway. We know what happens. We just know what happens. Schwato, as they try and get back on terms. We're still on very attacking at the minute. But and that's cut out by Cogley. Back to Vitek. Vitek finds Egan Riley. Egan Riley to Scanlon. Scanlon, Ibrahimov, Mather. Lovely play. Williams. Dacre Cogley, Williams, back to Bogart, Williams. He doesn't want that ball, does he? It's gone out. Dacre Cogley crosses it in, but it's cleared, and one there by Williams. Ibrahimov out wide to Scanlon. Scanlon crosses this in. Cisse looking for his hat-trick, just puts it wide. And a shot from distance. Pina was equal to it. Edwards goes out wide to Schwato. Doyle cut out by Ibrahimov. Scanlon. Scanlon finds Ibrahimov. Ibrahimov back to Scanlon. Into space for Mather. Mather has Scanlon there. Scanlon crosses it in. Williams is failed. Pushed by Goodmanson and a penalty. And Cisse will take it to round off his hat-trick. Can he put it away? He can. It's a hat-trick from Cisse. And 32 minutes. We go 3-1 up. And, well, my change... I guess people frowned by the fact that I'd taken Krupe off, but Krupe's just not scoring goals. Cisse is. And Beto gets us underway again. Cut out by Scanlon. Ibrahimov. Ibrahimov into space for Mather. Are we going for some more? Mather running around the player, and it's kicked into touch. Throw in from Scanlon on this near side. Bogart crossed in. Cisse looking for a fourth, but Pina gets it. Pina rolls it out to Edwards. Schwato crosses this in, and it's just gone wide. I thought that was in the back of the net then. Into the last 5 minutes of this first half. They're picking yellow cards up. They're obviously getting very, very frustrated, and I expect them to make a boatload of changes at half time. 3 minutes added on. It is half time, and we go in at half time 3-1 up. 6 shots, 4 on target against their 11 shots and 3 on target. 1.48 against their 1.55. We've not had much of that first half, but I'll tell you what, we've scored the goals here at St Mary's. 57%. Does beg the question, why have we not been playing like this against the other sides? I mean, Beto is doing very, very well. But just not producing what he needs at the moment. And as it stands, we have the upper hand. But I expect Southampton to come back with all guns blazing in the second half. And Cisse gets the second half underway. They made 2 changes at half time. Goodmanson to Downs. Tets cut out by Dacre Cogley, who's having a good game. He knows Stevenson is on his way back. Williams, Dacre Cogley to Bogart. Mather, Cisse out to Williams. This is looking promising. Williams into the area. He's been tackled. And a shot away there from Bogart and put away for a corner. Goodmanson with a corner. Southampton do have a height advantage. Feeney. It's kept in. And a good save by Vitek. Ibrahimov on a counter-attack. Oh, good, bro. He lost it and won it back. Ibrahimov. Echon. Egan Raleigh. Out to Lockyer. Dacre Cogley. Williams. Bogart. Dacre Cogley. Williams. Bogart. Lockyer. Dacre Cogley. Williams. Not finding a way through at the moment. Egan Raleigh. Egan Raleigh goes out wide to Scanlon. Scanlon along the line to Ibrahimov. Ibrahimov pulls it back and he's dispossessed by Downs. Ronald. As they come forward. That one gone out wide to Robinson. Jay Robinson into the area, but it's put wide by Smallbone. Vitek with the ball to Scanlon. Scanlon back to Vitek. Vitek finds Lockyer. Lockyer back to Vitek. I hope we're not going to make a mistake here. It's looking a possibility. Ilhan Forrester, who's come on for Egan Raleigh, who picked up a yellow card. This one to Krupe, who's come on also, but he couldn't put it away. Gone for a corner. As we head very quickly towards full time. And we have 4 minutes added on at the end of this game. Forrester, Erhon, Forrester to Lockyer. Stevenson is on. That one punted forward, but it's headed on. Tites, Robinson, Smallbone. try and keep them out. It'd be good to actually... Oh, that's through to Robinson. And Vitek gets hands to it, puts it away. And the clock runs down. And what a fine game we've had. And that man, Cisse, doing the business. We have beaten Southampton by 3-1. And, well, I think we struggled again in that second half, only having about 15 minutes of it. But we did what we needed to do. We shut up shop and we didn't really let them in. They had 20 shots, 9 on target. But if you look at our stats, we had 18 shots, 11 on target, 2.62 on the XG against their 2.68. So pretty even Stevens from that point of view. They had a little bit more possession than us. But the big job is we've added to our goal difference, and it's a 6-pointer. We've taken the lead. Vitek doing very, very well in goal to keep them out. Well, you come back and join me for a roundup of the scores. Can tell you, Stoke play Plymouth in midweek. Plymouth losing 4-2 to Stoke. But today's results, West Ham beating Barnsley by 4-2. Burnley 5-1 winners over Queen's Park Rangers. Charlton beating Birmingham 3-1. Millwall beating Coventry 1-0. Derby beating Blackburn 2-1. Huddersfield 3-0 winners over Wolves. Norwich beating Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough have been going well, so that's a very surprise result. It wasn't until the 95th minute, though, that they got that winner. I'm sure Middlesbrough will be a little bit annoyed, but it's put a little bit of a dent in their run at the moment. Oxford United, who were going well, have been beaten 3-2 by Luton Town. Sheffield United, our next opponents, they only managed a 2-2 draw. That's quite interesting because we struggled against Portsmouth. A 2-2 draw against Portsmouth. Our 3-1 win over Southampton, of course, puts a dent in Southampton. Wrexham beating Plymouth by 3-1, and Stoke have to play West Brom in the 5:15 match. So still one game to be played. I don't think it affects us. No, I don't think it affects us too much at the bottom end of the table. So, as it is at the end of the episode, we are 3 points clear now of Southampton, plus a little bit of goal difference. But we've got to follow that up with a win against third place Sheffield United, who are in third on 35. We are 6 points clear of them. Middlesbrough are in fourth on 34. Stoke fifth on 33, as are West Ham. Separated by goals scored, and then just outside of the playoff places come Charlton and Burnley, separated on Charlton, Burnley and Oxford all separated on goal difference. Burnley and Oxford separated on goals scored. At the other end of the table, West Brom on the trapdoor. They are literally on the same amount of points as Portsmouth now, who seem to be working their way out of that bottom three, but they need to keep going. They've got a very inferior goal difference as it stands at the moment. But they've won 2 and drawn 1 of their last 3 games. Coventry are in 23rd on 12 points, 2 points adrift, and Plymouth remain on bottom. They are 5 points adrift of safety. That's how it stands at the end of the episode. We're going to come straight back because we have a game against the third place team, and we need to beat them, and then a game against Derby County. Both games are at home. At last, we're at home. Isn't that something splendid? I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, though. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of To Be a Legend as they are released. And new episodes To Be a Legend released every Monday and Thursday, 4:15 p.m. Best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on the channel is follow me on X at JustOffside2. Hope to see you for the next episode. Thank you for watching. It'll be episode 62. It's out on Thursday. Don't forget our other series, The Rothosen Redemption. That's out on Tuesdays and Fridays. If you're not watching that series, we'll see you later in the week. Bye-bye.